Learning is something that's very difficult to quantify, especially motor learning, which is an improvement in motor skills. So it must be measured in some way. So evidence shows that the retention of skills and how they transfer to separate skills infers learning through testing or performance-based tasks. So the purpose of this experiment was retention and transfer of skills. And the aim was to examine the effects of skill retention and transfer within skill acquisition. These trials will show that after a period of block practice, participants will retain a significant amount of inferred learning after a period of rest, and that same skill will transfer to a similar task as well. 41 college students participated in this experiment. Each student was asked to toss a beanbag with their dominant side to a target of about 5 large steps away. Each participant tossed the beanbag, completing 40 trials separated into 4 blocks. Each of the tosses were measured in centimeters from a specific target and recorded. There was 1 minute break in between each block. And after the 4 blocks, a 5-minute break was given to the participant. And then they did the same 10 trials after that for a retention test. After the retention, a 1-minute break was taken, and then the participant stepped back 1 meter farther from the original target for a transfer test. For the 41 college students, on average, results showed that throughout the 4 blocks of practice, each participant improved, showing the practice effect, from the first block at 19.54 centimeters to the 4th block at 12.54 centimeters. The retention test showed in the constant error that there was a slight higher error rate, but it was drastically improved from the first block. So they did retain some of that motor skill from the beginning. Testing showed that the transfer test, although it was a higher error and closer to that first block, it still showed some improvement. Looking at the data for the 41 students, we can see the trend that each block got better and better and closer to the target through blocks 1 through 4. We saw the proficiency through practice. After that 5-minute break, there was still a high correlation to that movement with the retention, and the transfer, although it was quite a bit higher in error rate, still did show a slight improvement. So the results of this experiment showed that it aligned with the hypothesis and our expectation that participants retained a significant amount of inferred learning after a period of rest, and the same skill transferred to that similar task.